everyone, Mary here. Welcome to a new edition of Books and Cookies Book Talk. I have no idea how this happened. There are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books in this stack, and I have another one that I have read on my tablet. And the only logical explanation that I can find is either black magic, voodoo, or some sort of ritual summoning. So yeah, this is my June wrap-up video. These are like really heavy. Okay, I have to put them down now. Through some sort of miracle and or black magic, I have managed to read 12 books in June. I usually average about half that, but it's possibly because my PC was broken, so I spent a lot more time reading. And it's also the fact that I have read a ton of amazing books in June. So heads up, this will be a long video of me rambling about the books that I love. First up, we have the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series by Rick Riordan, or however you pronounce his name, because I most certainly am not doing it well. I am very late on the Percy Jackson bandwagon, but it's, you know what they say, it's better late than never, right? So I have had a ton of fun reading these books. They were absolutely amazing. I was a bit worried when I got them because they're mostly oriented towards middle grade children's literature, but I absolutely adored them. I finished the first one in a day and I immediately started the second one, but I finished them in about a week and a half. So yeah, these are the kinds of books that we should be letting kids read in school, like study them in school, because they're super fun to read, they're easy to read, they can, influence them to try and read more because they're just so much fun. And I wish everyone, I know I'm late with this, but maybe there's someone else out there who has not read the series yet. And if you haven't, please go get these books right now and read them because you will love them. Next up, we have The Evolution of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. This is the second book in the Mara Dyer trilogy. Yes, I have started buying the second books in the series, guys, so I should deserve some credit right here, because I mentioned before that I always buy the first book in several series, and I have a ton of series that I have not finished. It's because of that I have a million series that I have started and not finished. But for once, I actually bought the second one and then cursed myself for not getting the third one because this one ended in such a cliffhanger and that I need to know what happens next. This was really good. I actually enjoyed this more than I did the first one because in the first one I was like, what the fuck is going on? But this one, it got better, and yeah, this one was a 5-star read for me. I urge you guys to read this book, the series actually, because it's mystery, it's paranormal, it's thriller-y, and it's so much fun to read. And yeah, definitely give this a try. It'll keep you hooked. Next up, we have To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This is my overall reaction to this book. Just a big it could have been better. I actually expected to really enjoy this book. I'm surprised at myself for not actually falling as much in love with it as everyone else is. It didn't do it for me, you know? It's fluffy, it's fun to read, it's easy to read, it's super fast, but it was nothing that there wasn't anything that drew me into it. I got very annoyed with the main character. She came off as really whiny, brattish in some parts, and just overall kind of annoying. It felt to me like she did not evolve or mature at all throughout the novel. What I did love about it was the feminist dynamic. I loved her relationship with her sisters. I loved their relationship with their dad. This was really fun to read about. However, I do want to read the sequel, which just came out, I think, last month, and it's called P.S. I Still Love You. And I have heard that it's actually better than this one, so I'm keeping my hopes up. Next up, The Young Elite by Marie Lu. This one started for me as I don't like this so much, I'm not really sure why, but it ended up being quite awesome. I think this is the first young adult book that I have read when the main characters is so human. She's not the perfect protagonist that you find in almost every other young adult book. She's actually kind of unlikable. She's envious, she is resentful, she has all these human emotions that we experience because we're human, but it's not something that you often see depicted in a book and in a book character. And it happened here, and it was really amazing to read about. It deals with something that they call Malfetos, which are actually people who are branded with abilities. They can manipulate fire, they can manipulate fear, they can create illusions, but they're actually outcasts. Think of X-Men. They're outcasts in a society that doesn't accept them. And Adelina, I am pronouncing her like we do in Romanian, which is Adelina. I have no idea how the author intended for us to pronounce it. She's what they call a young elite, which is actually a Malfeto, but with super awesome abilities. And she runs away from home and joins the society of young elites, and just shit happens. I definitely urge you guys to read it. The sequel is coming out this October. It's called The Rose Society. And I'm super interested to see where it goes. Holy Mother of all that is holy. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. I love this book. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and it's so good, you guys. Like, Sarah has just become my all-time favorite author because she's fucking amazing. This is the story of Feyre, who is a human girl who kills a fairy in the woods while searching for food. This is kind of a no-no in their world, you know, killing fairies. Say hi. Hi. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Someone comes and they claim they need to take her to like fairyland because it's like a life in exchange for a life, you know? And she finds out that the people there have been cursed and they have to wear masks that cover basically their whole faces and they can't take them off. And little by little she finds out more and more, and just things happen, and it's so well written. I love the characters, I loved the writing, I love the atmosphere of the book. I cannot wait to see what happens next because there's a sequel coming out next year. And it's actually my second favorite book of the month because my favorite is coming up next. And that is The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. This is the second book in the Bone Season series, and I need to know what the hell do I need to do to convince people to read these books because they are so awesome, it's ridiculous. So yeah, the Bone Season was good. The Mime Order was like 10 times what the Bone Season was. It's just fantastic. You have clairvoyance, you have spirits, you have ghosts, and shit hits the fan in this book. It was so intense. Samantha has just come into her own as a writer. This book was written beautifully, it's poetic, it flows, it's beautiful. And you have that political element that always draws me into stories. I need everyone to just pick up these books and start reading them because they're amazing. I cannot wait for the sequel to come out and read it. Do it now. Do it. Last but not least, we have Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. This was a reread for me. I have started rereading the entire Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. And I love it just as much as I did the first time because the series is absolutely fantastic. It's beautifully written. I don't think that I have encountered so far a series that is more beautifully written than this one. And it's just so amazing. These are the books that I have read during the month of June. July will not be this way. Yeah, I'm really proud of myself. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you next time with another video. I love you guys and I hope this was entertaining. Remember, books for the soul, cookies for the tummy. Bye everyone!